Happy Friday, everybody. It's 11 o'clock. I'm even earlier than before. Already on the highway, headed back. Only hunting in the afternoons. Moving my stand today. I'm going to be so ready for that buck if he shows up, or any of them. Because there was a 6-point with a female following. Then there was the 8, maybe even a 10-point. Probably just an 8-point buck. I know I don't normally go after them. But if he's stupid enough to show up today, I will take and I'm in the right place, I will take a shot. It's 34 degrees, so clear skies, but definitely way colder than yesterday. That was 60. The temperature dropped by half. Today it's also windy out, so it's gonna be trying to get down in that little groove, in that little ravine, to stay warm. It's gonna be tough to stay up there for 4.5 hours if I get in by noon. I'm making good progress, but that's all there is for today. Is get up in the stand, reposition the stand. Don't sweat. That's going to get me into trouble today. And be quiet right from the get-go, and hope that I don't have anybody out walking because it's too cold today. Fingers crossed. See you out there. Doing my homework. Look at all of the windmills out here. Look at the way they're facing. They're telling me, let's get on the other side of this bridge. Right now I'm headed due west according to the compass in my Jeep. Straight west. And when I look at all of those windmills, they're tilted just a little bit. They're tilted about, they're west-northwest. That's what that is, guys. It's not northwest. It's not a perfect 45 degrees. It's a little bit less than that, and that's called west-northwest. I got to keep that in mind so that when I reposition my stand, I'm going to be moving north. I'm going to be moving north and a little bit east, but I'm going to have to lay down more scent that's to the southeast of my stand, knowing that, let's see, the wind is coming out of the northwest, so it's blowing to the southeast. So I have to go a little bit southeast of my stand, like 20 meters. That's where I'm going to dump urine today, because this might be my last day out. So I'm going to pee all over the place at the 20-meter mark. Great big line. I got to get a hold. I got to really get a hold of any buck that's walking through there like he was yesterday, headed someplace he had a place to be. I need to make him stop and say, whoa, wait a minute, what's that? And be curious. I got to get him to pause, otherwise I'm taking another shot at a moving target. However slow, it's still moving, and the odds go way down. So that's what's on my mind. I'm driving out in the middle of nowhere thinking that there's no clues, but actually there are clues to be found. Clues right in the windmills themselves. Go all the way up 300 feet tall. They're telling me where my wind is coming from today, and that's useful. You can also learn the same thing looking at smokestacks, and eventually when I get in the woods, I'll be looking at specifically at the tops of the trees, because they're going to be telling me locally on the ground what I'm dealing with. I'm expecting it to match. I'm looking at all the sky here today. This is one great big weather system that covers this whole part of the state. So if it's like this 30 miles east, it's going to be like this 30 miles west where I am right now. Anyways, I'm just sharing that with you. Back to thinking. All right, here I am, approaching the entrance to Loudon Miller. Look out there. Deer right out in the wild blue open. 3 of them right here at the entrance to Loudon Miller. They're out and about in broad daylight. If that's not a signal of the rut, I don't know what is. And what's working in my favor? 34 degrees. Hopefully all the pussies left. All the pussies are bailing. Those guys are actually southwest of me. They're southeast of me right now. And they're in the field necessarily bulking up. They've got to glean the corn out of that field, or they're not going to survive the cold weather. End of discussion. Let's see what else I see out there. Wow, broad daylight. They're sucking up the sunlight. Man, I got to get that stand repositioned and get ready. It's 11:47. I got to be in my stand, quiet and positioned by 1 p.m. Hopefully I can do it in a half an hour, not 45 minutes. No, I got an hour and 15 minutes. I think I can get it done in half that time. Pretty day. Love clear blue skies like this. Nice to know, you know, when the leaves are gone off the trees, it's hard to know where the wind's blowing. So I'm glad I was looking at the windmills and the smokestacks and stuff like that. All right, running in, see you in the stand next. Okay, here I am back at the map. If you guys remember from yesterday, I parked here and I'm sitting here right at 16, and the prevailing winds were coming from over here. So I set all my urine up to be right around in this area, blowing it all the way across like that. So that's where they're going to come, or if they're crossing, most of them seem to be crossing from south to north, they're going to hit that scent trail, follow it up to my stand. But now the winds are coming out of the northwest very directly, cold winds. So, and I'm going to reposition over here, right about there, because this is where the buck's coming from. He's coming like this and making a track right to the river. March, 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 march. And I'm trying to shoot him here or here, and there's too much brush. So I'm repositioning here. The wind is coming this way, so I need to lay a scent trail a little bit to the southwest, knowing that it's going to blow this way now. And when the bucks come this way or this way, they pick up the scent trail and follow it. Is it guaranteed? No, none of this is guaranteed. That's you just trying to do something semi-intelligent, that there's a little thought that goes into it. That's it. The next time you hear from me, I'm going to be up on my stand. I got to get this done. Last thing before I forget. Last time I parked here and I walked all the way over here, almost to number 33. And then I was in 3. I walked way over here and swung all the way around to 19. Way deep in the woods. And you're probably asking, Mark, if you were hunting way far away last time, why are you hunting so close now? It only takes about 15 minutes to get into the stand instead of 45. Why are you going so short? Because rule number 1 of hunting is, same as rule number 1 of fishing, you gotta fish where the fish are. Rule number 1 of hunting is you gotta hunt where the deer are. And that's where the deer are. They seem to be hiding right here and moving this way just before nightfall, in the hour before nightfall. So I'm trying to set up that I have a lot of shot opportunities right here. 60-meter clear shots at maybe multiple deer. No need to go out here. No need to go out here. That's not necessarily where the deer are. They're here, moving this way. So don't kill yourself. Get in short. There. I'm in an ocean of thorns. All of this green that you see here, all of it. It's all shoulder high thorn bushes. It took a lot to get in here. And my original stand is just over there. You can see the fir tree that I was shooting through before yesterday. Let's see if I can get it right. Right there. That's where my old stand was. So I'm about 45 meters closer to where the deer is going to cross. That's straight west. That's straight south. And that's where they were coming from. Right over that spot. And you can see where the thorn bushes thin out right here. Right at the 20-meter mark. So that big tree there is my 20 meter. That's about 15. That's about 25. So anything walking through here, I've got a few branches to worry about. I mean, there's just nothing you can do. You hope to be able to shoot through here. Oh, sorry, right there. You should be able through here, and maybe even catch them beforehand, that I don't need to shoot through those branches. It's going to be risky. I'm out in the open. I'm exposed. He's going to be able to see me. All I can do is hope that he's not paying attention. The wind is coming from camera right now. Cold, 32 degrees. And that's where I have to start watching for the deer to come. So I'm going quiet right now. It's about It's about 1 o'clock, so I'm doing really good. And I didn't sweat too much. The only thing I got to worry about is anything coming over on this side. But yesterday and the day before, I didn't have any worry. Remember I told you I want you to try to put some kind of shrubs on your right-hand side. That's what I got. Got that tree. I got that over there too. Just something for them to look at, that if they see movement, they see those branches, and then they pay less attention to you. I didn't drop any urine. I gotta go down there and drop urine right now. Okay, there's my stand, upwind, northwest. And here I am, all the way down here. And I dropped all kinds of droppings, heavy. I dripped it on, not sprayed it on, right there. All over right here. 2 different shot windows through the branches. Do you believe in signs? That maybe, just maybe, I'm going to be lucky today? Well, here's my sign. The shot I said I took yesterday, I shot through and I hit wood. It went crack, something like that, like it got deflected. There's my arrow. Little dirty, so it got deflected and then pounded into the ground. Whatever hit, it bounced, but at least I got my arrow back. That's a good sign. Now I got to figure out how to get back through that ocean of brambles, ocean of thorns, and circle around that way, so that I'm not putting any more scent in this area than is necessary. I'm going to go up this way. Back in the stand. See ya. Shit. I barely got up in my tree. I haven't even put my harness back on. All of a sudden I heard the weirdest sound come from over there. It didn't sound like a buck, but I don't know what else it sounded like. There's no way that my scent got over there. So these guys might be wandering all over the woods right now. I gotta get hooked up really fast. Coming out of the woods, it's 5 p.m. Notice I do not have an arrow knocked in my bow. You can legally hunt until 30 minutes after sunset. Sunset was 4:30. That means you can hunt until 5. Hunting means you can have an arrow knocked in your bow, ready to take a shot. It's 5 o'clock. I'm still in the woods. Normally, I'd be still going out there with an arrow knocked all the way out to the Jeep. But that's because I was getting down at 4:30, so I had a half an hour of being able to hunt on the ground, just in case I saw something, spook something, things like that. But now it is 5 o'clock, done. So the arrow comes out. I never saw a single thing the whole afternoon, not a single thing. And true to form, even though it's 32 degrees outside, had a couple go tramping by me right now on the trail. 5 minutes to 5 at 4:55 p.m. Freezing weather out. They're still walking the trails, making a ruckus. I don't get it. They can't be doing it for their health. It's cold. They didn't even look like they're having fun. They looked like they were doing it because they had to. And that's either because they've got some conviction about spooking the deer, or I don't know, they weren't talking, they weren't happy. They were just doing it. Like they were at a health club, hating every second of it. So I'm stumped. Look at this pretty view. I don't know if these are planted, but these are, God, I love pine trees. These are 120 feet tall, straight up. Just arrow straight. 120 feet tall. What a corridor. Looks like that. In fact, I got to take a picture. I'll be right back. Okay, it's getting darker by the second, but I'll still, it'll be just a tiniest little bit of light by the time I get back to the Jeep. I'm not even a 10-minute walk, so I get to talk. Sure, I'm disappointed I didn't see a deer, didn't hear a deer. I might have heard a couple, but they were out of eyesight. I couldn't make them out. Not a tail, not a nothing. I think somebody was in the woods this morning and shook them up. But this nasty, can't possibly get a shot maze. This is where they're hiding all day. So I pushed my stand in another 40 meters and was glad I did. 60 meters. I found my arrow that I took a shot, so I was really happy about that. It was exactly where I expected it to be. So my range actually was remarkably good. I had to have nicked a branch somewhere going after that 8-point buck yesterday. Wow, my fingertips are biting right now. That's how cold it is. That I'm holding onto a phone with my fingertips and it's biting. That said, my shoes inside my electric socks are toasty warm right now. Even my back feels pretty good inside my electric vest. So I'm super happy right now. I've got an outfit I can sit, at least until dark. I can sit comfortably, even in freezing weather, and tough it out. So I'm going to be coming every afternoon. We've got till next Friday, the 20th. That's rifle season, that weekend. The 20th, that Friday, Saturday, Sunday is rifle hunting. And those guys, the shot that I can see at that 8-point buck, they can actually take, because the bullet's not gonna, it's not gonna drop more than a half an inch before it hits the deer. For us, the arrow drops inches before it hits the deer, and that's an infinitely more difficult shot. Anyway, it's really cold. I gotta put my hand in my pocket. I'll talk to you in the Jeep. Actually, no, I don't. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. This is enough. This is Mark Boat signing off. Day 6. Day 7. Day 7. But I'm going to start coming in only in the afternoon, so I won't even leave the house till 1 o'clock. Get here at 2, in my stand by 2:30. The deer seem to only be moving in the evening, except for those couple of weirdos that I saw out on the field in broad daylight today. That was a bit odd. But that's what happens when it's freezing at night. There's a trigger that happens. And I think the rut's about to start. So I've got from today until next Friday to come here every afternoon. Leave work 1 o'clock. Yeah. 1 o'clock, haul ass over here. Get in the woods by 2:30. Repeat. We'll manage.